Hello everybody, this is Kurt with the Nick Experience, and I'm back playing some more Fallout New Vegas. And if you remember last time I was here, everything was glitched, and I wasn't really sure why. It seems to be that I'm just having some weird-ass issues, but I vaguely figured it out, and by vaguely I mean I reloaded, and the safe is working now. Everything else here, as you can tell, is a little bit wonky with touch. Like, all that works okay. And then also I had to add in, I had to look up, by the way, which kind of sucks. I don't like doing that, but I had to look up. Janie Parker is supposed to be here and dead. And I'll show you why in a minute. But we'll pick up her stuff in a minute. Bounty hunters, pre-war, captives, Sunset Sarsaparilla. Look out for Red Bear, proof purchase, fucking ghouls, the judge dead. So first we'll start with captives. Luther, I swear Red Bear is just straight screws us with some of these captives. Take this blonde girl for example. Janie Parker. She shouldn't have been worth at least a few thousand caps to the Legion as a comfort girl, as they call them. Red Bear told me she was docile and horny. As soon as he leaves camp, the bitch goes haywire. I had to beat her for an hour straight before I could get inside her crazy ass. Gross. These guys were fucked up. I'm happy I killed them. That's another half of it. As soon as we doze off, she runs away, apparently not giving two shits about the proximity device and her slave collar. I managed to catch her, and just to keep her in line, I give her a tap with the old super sledge. Must have broken her back or something because she couldn't move for shit afterwards. She's damaged goods now, and no thanks to Red Bear. He's supposed to beat these bitches into submission before delivery, but it must have slipped his mind. Or maybe the little girl had more heart than an average slave. You never know. Either way, that's a couple thousand down the tubes. So, I'm going to read the rest in a minute, but she was supposed to be there dead because he broke her back and then she eventually supposed to die. I checked in the GEC. There's a script that says if she's not dead, die. So, you're supposed to find her here dead no matter what. Because I think you're supposed to get this from her. Last words. We'll read this. I'm dying now. I can feel it. They all got drunk and used me, and last night I tried to run away. That's when Slade hit me with his hammer and something just broke inside of me. I couldn't move my legs or feel anything down there, so Slade said I was useless, and he left me out here in the sun. It hurt so much I just wanted it to end. I'm going to have to face my own death. I think I'm prepared. I love you, Mom and Dad. Jenny Parker. It's sad. These people are fucking dicks. Bounty hunters. Slade, you've been a reliable business partner in the slave trade for years. I can't read today still, and I respect your loyalty. Nonetheless, I've heard some troubling rumors about bounty hunters in the Mojave. It seems a certain individual, Kurt, that's me, recently made waves by terminating several of our contracts, including Kurt Cadle, which is funny, Chuck Bowdry, our favorite inside man of the Rangers, and possibly others. It all sounds preposterous, but my sources are vehemently supporting these claims. Keep them in mind and stay vigilant. Sincerely, Norman. Look out for Red Bear! Luther, Red Bear has delivered his captives, but he said he's not going back to the wilderness. He says he wants to check out New Vegas, which probably means his usual raping and pillaging. Well, I'm going to rape him then. Not really. I don't know how long he's going to be in the area, but I don't have to tell you that you should keep your distance. When he and the gang are on the loose, nobody, not even the cons or the fiends, will put up a fight. Keep your merchandise hidden, and if he comes to trade, just accept his terms, okay? You're a good business partner, and I don't want to lose you. Red Bear's gotten a way of popping up when you least expect it, so keep your eyes open. Comprende? Sounds like the Legion. Otherwise, we're making good money off the Legion. Oh, they might act high and mighty, but they've got needs like everyone else. But at least they always pay up front. We supply the captives, and they keep us their weird currency. Give us the weird currency. I'll keep you posted on Red Bear. We go back a ways, so he lets me know when he's heading back north. Slade. Wait, Slade to Luther. Okay. Proof of purchase, this basically just says, you know, the trading of Jessica Smith, Debbie Weaver, and Andrea Foster for the 75,000 bottle caps. Yep, and their sound. That fucking ghoul. Luther, that fucking goddamn ghoul in the ass. Wow, fuck that fucking... Okay. Doc Friday just killed two of my men yesterday just as they were robbing some bitch in the road. Word has it he was defending her honor. What a fucking sap. I heard I should head down there and crush his ugly fucking skull into bits. He's bad for business, yet nobody has the balls to take him down. Gustav is fucking useless along with most of his crew. The only way the Vipers are going to get a piece of the action is if we stop taking shit from clowns like this ghoul gunfighter, quote-unquote. Of course, I'd take him on myself, but I have urgent pressing matters here at the camp. Like supervising these idiots around me. If I leave for more than 5 minutes, this place falls apart. I'll write you next week. Red Bear's bringing up a shipment in, so I gotta wrap this up. I told you it was Slade. That's how they are. The judge is dead? Luther, did you hear that someone plugged the judge? Is that bullshit or what? I wasn't sure if he existed, but word is that some stone-cold killer strolled into his bunker and cleaned them out. You know how the wasteland is. It's probably just horse shit propagated by the NCR. Wait. It's probably just horse shit propagated by the NCR is scare us. I think that was Gustav who told me about it. Figures. So they first weren't sure that anybody popped the judge or if the judge even existed. Now they knew I exist and it's for true. It's just weird people. But yeah, so basically all I had to do to fix that small little glitch there, and I don't think it was the actual mod itself. I'm pretty sure it was my game screwing up because the AI of the Vipers, as you saw, fucked up, and then I had to reload, and then they were fine. But then the AI of the safe, which it had a reference to call to, that's supposed to be there permanently, but you're not supposed to be able to interact with it until you kill Slade, so then you can use the key. That was all fucked up, so it was just death row. And then JD Parker never spawned due to the fact that all of the scripting there was screwed up for me. So I think it's on my side. I am really overloading the game with scripts, so I'm not blaming any of the mod. I'm blaming myself. And having a basic knowledge of the GEC really helped. So I just popped in there, got all the IDs, checked it out.
Leader shouldn't have messed with our great army. Whoa! Whoa! Over here!
What the hell?
Come on!
Whoa! Raul, thanks, bud. Okay, that was supposed to happen, obviously, and it was taking longer because, for some reason, good old Doc there wasn't doing a good job.
Whoa!
Everything's all glitched in here now. Hey, Doc.
Hello, sir. What can I do for you?
Why'd you shoot that man?
I'm afraid that Ike was in the middle of a dreadful losing streak, and he elected to blame me for his misfortune. Poor soul. He was just too high-strung.
Why do they call you Doc?
Before the war, I was an orthodontist, and while I've ceased
I already knew this, but
practicing, I still enjoy using the title. It lends weight to the name, don't you agree?
Yeah. The zombies start talking. No,
Chasing Red Bear, are you? Many impetuous souls have pursued that rogue, and they might as well have been chasing the devil himself. However, I am loath to denounce your endeavor entirely, as Red Bear is a scoundrel of the lowest order. After all, he is just a man, and, as the real Romans would say, memento mori. We ghouls are an exception, of course.
Yeah.
As for information, you might try accosting the local Viper hoodlum Slade.
I killed him.
Firstly, congratulations on exterminating that nuisance. Like most of the raider refuse, he had little regard for decorum. He and his petty outlaws had a habit of preying on defenseless females.
I heard about that.
I simply cannot abide a man who disrespects women. However, with Slade dead, I'm afraid you're at an impasse in your search. Nevertheless, I might have a possible lead. I do know that Red Bear has extensive dealings with Mr. Norman Meston, a brutish individual who operates Shadow Company.
Shadow Company?
Shadow Company is a rather shady mercenary outfit.
I think I heard of it.
They managed to thrive out here
in the first
fringes
Bounties.
of the NCR.
Where can I find this guy?
Only inside the bowels of a heavily guarded bunker. It's an unappealing route to Red Bear, but it's a route nonetheless. Here's a location. Meston should have documentation of his dealings with Red Bear. I'm not privy to the details, but they have been trading for at least a decade.
Anything else you can tell me about Meston, the Shadow Company?
They call them Shadow Company for a reason. It's a crude yet accurate description of their secretive nature. Various factions rely on them because they conduct all operations with the utmost confidentiality. As for Meston, I don't know much about the man other than that he has a tremendous capacity for physical violence.
That makes sense.
Rumor has it that the company's profits finances implants and other unnatural augmentations to the body. And where you find Meston, you'll find his rabid lackey, Mr. Joshua, a vicious little cur and utterly loyal to Meston. I see I have not dissuaded you.
Not at all.
If you manage to survive, I hope you return to the saloon and visit a bit. And one more thing. If you are going to pursue this in earnest, I'll advise you to consult with Mr. Dent, the gentleman sitting at the bar. I believe he's had dealings with Shadow Company in the past, although they were anything but amicable. Farewell, and good luck.
Sweet. By helping Doc Friday, you've earned his friendship. He may not be recruited anytime in the Short Stick Saloon.
Morning.
Raul, buddy. Oh. Raul,
That fiend leader shouldn't have messed with our great army.
I gotta take Doc. I gotta take Doc. I'm sorry, Raul. Buddy.
What can I do for you, boss?
I gotta take your stuff. I'm sorry.
I'm sure you'll be fair and equitable, boss.
Yeah. I'm sorry, bud. I'll miss you. I enjoy you as a pal and a bud. Oh, okay. You're okay with it.
Hey, as long as you're not asking me to go back to Black Mountain, I'm a happy old man.
I'm gonna miss that old fool, but we gotta have Doc Friday. Hello again, friend. What can I do for you? He changed his voice. Have you ever heard of Mr. Fisk?
Yes, he's a key figure in an organized crime syndicate. Supposedly, he had extensive dealings with that corpulent pervert, the judge.
Yeah, he's dead.
The prevailing rumors that Mr. Fisk has come under significant pressure from his own superiors since you've disrupted their interests. If Mr. Fisk is removed, it will only exacerbate the power vacuum rendered by the judge's demise. I certainly wouldn't shed tears for either of those bastards, but I'll worry who might replace them. Nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah. Do you have any information on Arthur Ribbon?
I never met him, but I had the chance to interact with some of his contemporaries.
Cool, we have more information
Whatever
now.
crimes the Enclave perpetrated, I was always impressed by their fastidious approach to oral hygiene, every last one of them. As for Captain Ribbon, I understand he assisted with horrific experiments while serving under Lieutenant Colonel Charles Curling. By all accounts, Captain Ribbon was quite enthusiastic, but fortunately for all of us, some chosen one stopped the whole affair.
Chosen one.
I've never quite fathomed the appellations in such legends. Who chose this one? I certainly didn't. Pardon me, you didn't inquire into my opinions on wasteland myths. To return to the matter at hand, I have no idea where Captain Ribbon might be.
Okay.
A few rumors persist, and they are dubious at best. One traveler purported that Ribbon was now a wild man in the Spring Mountains and had spawned a pack of feral orphans to do his bidding. Stranger things have happened, but I am skeptical nonetheless. In the meantime, I will drink to your success and bid you good luck in this manhunt.
Well, buddy, you're gonna come with me.
Hello again, friend. What can I do for you?
How did you know Stephen Randall?
I was wanted for questioning in regards to a minor altercation in the adjacent territory. Randall was prompted by his employers to pursue me. Randall was very professional about the whole affair, and realizing I was a fellow Southerner, he was willing to discuss the matter. We settled it with a card game, which I handily won. Randall was a gentleman about the affair and left it at that. In case you're wondering whether I cheated, I'll say this. Any man who wouldn't cheat when gambling for his freedom is a damn fool.
Okay.
It's simply a shame what happened to Randall. He carried himself with a rare combination of strength and
Yeah,
calm.
he was a buddy.
He was very poised. And I can tell you that if your profession depends on using a gun, poise counts for more than anything.
If we were talking about Dark Souls 2, poise makes it so you don't get recoiled. But, yeah. What's your story?
I grew up before the war and was blessed with a strong upbringing and a classical education. Both have served me well in these troubled times. My father died when I was rather young, so my brother Joseph and I were close. That was a lifetime, 2 lifetimes ago.
It's because you're a ghoul
Joseph
now,
was
yeah.
taken from me before the war. I don't normally like to speak of it, but it's been so long. Joseph was the sheriff in our hometown. What he lacked in loquacity, he made up for in decisiveness. He was an honest man, more honest than I ever was, at least. He was a rock. I thought he could never die.
Oh.
One weekend, a drifter made his way into town and, for no apparent reason, killed Joseph. He shot him in the back, they said.
What a
The state
bastard.
police eventually found the perpetrator, a man by the name of Johnny Rounder. He was tried and sentenced to death.
Did he?
He sat on death row for 2 years, and after countless appeals and delays, the execution date was finalized.
Oh.
October 24th, 2077.
And?
It was a day too late as things turned out. The airburst over Fort Benning produced enough radiation to kill almost everyone shortly afterwards. I watched my family wither away, my own son turning pale, his hair falling out, crying. I wanted to die with them, but I lingered on. I fell asleep next to my wife as she died and prayed to die with her. Instead, the next morning I woke up looking at Johnny Rounder. He was holding Joseph's badge, admiring it like it was a long-lost trophy. He'd already changed.
Damn.
He just looked at me and said, "Now you got something to live for, Doc," and then walked away.
Oh, boy.
I've been following that bastard for 200 years, and it's going to end here. I can feel it.
Still haven't killed him. What gives?
We've killed each other several times over if you're measuring pain. He had experience with a pistol and was able to outduel me at first. For years it was just a game. He'd leave me broken and bleeding in some remote spot. But in time the game stopped. It was around 2190. We were somewhere in Texas.
Holy crap.
Someplace where they still had trees near Louisiana. I caught him coming out of the saloon, but it wasn't some craven ambush. I looked him in the eyes first, and then I put a .357 slug in his gut. He mangled my arm and managed to get away, thanks to his gang. We faced off at least a dozen times since then,
Jesus.
but never with any resolution. For the last few years, he's been running a gang outside the NCR at Legion's respective territories. However, with the regional power players and the judge gone, there is an opportunity for a ruthless prick like Johnny. Besides, I know how he thinks. He'll be here, sooner rather than later. If not for the power, then for me.
All right.
If you ever get a lead on him, look me up. I'd do anything to get another shot at him.
Oh, boy. You know anything. Do you know anything about Marco?
He is an ill-bred, flagitious cur bent on pillaging and destruction. Despite his bucolic origins, he possesses considerable intelligence and cunning.
He seems to, yeah.
I saw him on one occasion in the town of Dalhart, a dusty stopover on the plains. He was trading in hides and chattel, an accepted practice there. His eyes said it all. He had a stare that was more barren and dehumanized than that irradiated step. He was young, but I knew what he was. He has long since been a pestilence in those parts, though I estimate he is aging by now. It's been 30 years since I saw him that time. If the law doesn't catch him,
Yep.
time will, my friend.
Since he's human still, I think. Sergio.
He's a veritable psychopath who places engraved harmonicas in the mouths of slain opponents. How he acquires such a steady supply of harmonicas and the means to engrave them is beyond
Yeah, that's
me,
kind of
but
weird.
That is his moniker. He was born from the same putrid stock as Marco, so villainy is in his bloodline.
Makes sense. All right, well, let's travel together.
So shall we after you, my friend.
All right, cool. We got a good old new buddy here. Ooh, he was beaten up pretty fierce. Alright, stim packs. Okay, he has some pretty okay stuff. Hopefully he doesn't use that, but I'm going to give that to him. And seeing as he's a gentleman, as he said, as such, we're going to go ahead and just give him the armor. That's all we're going to give him, so then he looks nice, but everything else doesn't have to be the same. Boom. Everything's good. He has his 357 on point. Yes, sir, he does. We're good to go. Anyway, I'm sorry to say this, but today's one of those days where I don't have much time to continue episodes. I wanted to come in here and I wanted to make this like a short intermissionary, like half an episode, simply due to the fact that it was really cool to talk to Doc Friday and get all the information out on him. Just today's one of those busy days that I just don't have time to like go any farther than what I've gone now. So I apologize profusely for that. I'm sorry that I can't go any more than this. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing about Doc Friday and all the information. We of course will have more coming soon. There's still gonna be a Saturday episode. I'm pretty sure this one's going up Friday if I remember correctly. So I'd like to thank you guys all very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. So thanks again. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Just like if you didn't like it or anything like that. Do all the same stuff you guys normally be doing, and I thank you very much. But we'll see you guys soon.